I'm sick and tired of hearing boomers and news acting confused about why Gen Z doesn't want a 9-to-5 lifestyle and calling us lazy. As if the world we're living in today is even remotely similar to the world they grew up in. They just say, get a job, work hard, and you will be fine. You're broke because you don't want to work. Let me put it in perspective for everyone who's a little bit confused, okay? I have worked 5, even 6 days out of a week, even doing extra days sometimes. So I will be working the entire week sometimes. So 40 hours a week. And at my first job, I was working about 55 hours a week. Plus doing cosplay commissions or Upwork translations jobs in my free time just to get that extra money. And still I didn't make enough to live on my own. I will not make enough to pay rent, bills, water, electric, and eat all by myself. I will not be capable of doing that. 30 years ago when you were getting started, you could live on your own. 20 years ago when you first started, you could literally work one job and survive. That was enough. You were able to do everything that I'm struggling to do right now. Having your own apartment, marrying your partner, having a car, having kids, having a family, having whatever. I actually asked my friend's dad, the same man whose house I'm basically forced by life to live in, which is this one, how much he paid for his first apartment here in Madrid, which is, by the way, of course, big city, not just a small town in Spain, right? So 20-30 years ago when he first started dating his wife, they were paying about 300 to 400 euros rent per month with a single income. A big decent apartment, by the way. And she wasn't working. A single salary was more than enough. You know what the average rent is right now? $1,000 to $1,300 euros rent per month for a normal apartment, sometimes even small tiny studios. Same city, same base salary, which is 1,200 euros. So can someone explain to me how we are supposed to pay rent, bills, eat and exist with that math? And let me tell you something else, for that price you don't even get a decent apartment. This topic has gotten so out of hand that it seems like a freaking joke. And don't tell me that it's because I'm looking just in nice areas of Madrid. Madrid is full of bad and safe neighborhoods as any other big city in the world. And prices there are just as ridiculous. 18 square meter studios for 1,200 euros rent per month. I have been looking for an apartment here in Madrid to move with my boyfriend for about 2 months. We have been willing to move to the city center just to be able to afford a cheaper apartment and a cheaper rent. But things don't change that much. Let me show you. In Spain, there is a big controversy about this because not even families can afford a small apartment anymore. Price of housing is rising more and more and salary remains the same. And this is not only about Spain. People all over the world are making videos complaining about the same thing. The same skyrocketing prices, the same stagnated salaries, and the same impossible conditions. So this isn't personal, this is global. When I came in Madrid all on my own when I was 21, so back in 2017, I was able to live in an apartment, but because I was living with 3 more people. And funny fact, they gave us the apartment, but only because my partner's parents were doctors and they were like the guarantor for that apartment. And let me tell you that the 4 of us were working full-time jobs. All of us. In today's apartments, and I'm not joking because as I said before, I spent basically this whole year 2025 looking for apartments to move in with my boyfriend. They asked for salaries of 2,600 euros to 3,000 euros per month. So that should be your salary per month, plus at least 2,000 euros for deposit just to enter in this house. So basically you gotta have a surgeon, doctor salary just to live on your own, or live with 3-4 more people. So if you want to live on your own and you're not a doctor or an engineer, you're fucked up. And if you're a young couple, you're fucked up. No one will rent you an apartment even if you both are working full-time jobs. So it pisses me off a lot when people say, if you want to move and live alone, why don't you work? Why don't you work? Man, what the heck am I supposed to do on my own with my own base salary? Like live in a sized closet studio, eat air, share apartment with 4 more random people until I'm 40. Is that a better solution for you? Do you really think that getting a common job will magically solve today's economy? So please understand that. That's why I'm not willing to get a common job and to work for someone else, no matter what. Because this is something that not everybody wants to hear. But if you do that, you are sacrificing your own freedom, potential, wealth, just to grow someone else's dream. If you do that, you are trapped in this rat's race all your life, just trying to survive and paying bills until you die. And I refuse to live like that. I don't care if I'm broke. I don't care if I have to wait even more years to live with my boyfriend, to have my own apartment. I don't care if people think I'm stupid, I'm lazy, I'm wasting time. I don't freaking care. I don't care if I'm suffering here for more than 5 years in this house that is not mine, it's not even my family's house, tolerating insane and toxic rules that makes me crazy and makes me feel like a teenager or a little girl again. And I've been living in that situation and in this house for 5 years. I'm feeling depressed, anxious, I don't have any motivation, I feel like a failure. I'm basically arguing every single week or every 2 weeks with people in this house. Of course I want to leave this house. Of course I'm not happy. Of course I don't want to be here. But the reality is that not even a common job will ever save me from this. Not on my own. I have to rely on someone. I have to rely on my boyfriend, or I have to rely in 3-4 more random people just to live in an apartment and to move from this place, or go back to my parents' house, which I don't know which is worse. So that's everything I can do to leave this house, even if I'm working a common job, a full-time job, or go back to my parents' house like a loser and a failure, which I don't know which one is worse, honestly. I left my parents' house when I was 21, 8 years ago, just to not be in this situation. I have never imagined that 8 years later I will be in this pathetic situation. And it feels awful, of course. I feel like a failure. I feel behind in life. And yes, even though I'm still refusing a common job, because a common job will never give you stability, wealth, independence, and freedom. And that's a fact, even if you like it or not. It just gives you the same paycheck every single month that gets eaten the moment it arrives. Gotta go again, guys, but no worries, because I'm back. So I have realized that the only thing left for my generation is to seek wealth by our own means, or be trapped in the rat race and be in survival mode until you die. So yes, an entrepreneurship journey is awful. It's depressing, it feels lonely, it's exhausting, it's uncertain, it's confusing, it's unstable, but at least it leads to freedom, and a paycheck will never. So you can choose between freedom later or suffering forever. Choose your pain. And the fact that the most people always choose the safe option is exactly why they stay stuck. Let me tell you something else. On top of how difficult the entrepreneurship journey already is, I am also living in a country where entrepreneurs are the black sheep. Spain hates entrepreneurs. Fucking... Oh my god, I hate bags. I literally hate bags. I'm supposed to do with your disgusting dead body now. Did I tell you that I hate bugs? I swear I'm a very spiritual person. I will never kill any single small creature because they also have a soul. I know, and I feel so bad for them. I feel like a killer, but I can't tolerate mosquitoes, cockroaches, and moths. I literally can't. I'm trying, but I can't. It's like them or me. Someone has to die today, you or me. There is mosquitoes dead body. Ugh. Okay, let's continue. So Spain hates entrepreneurs, okay? If you don't live the life that the government has dictated for you, they will try to make your life miserable and destroy your business. You can watch videos and search for information, but being self-employed in Spain means that 40% of what you generate, almost half of what you generate, goes to the government in taxes. And not only that, but you also have to pay a monthly fee just to exist as a business owner in Spain. Of course, it will depend on how much you generate as a business owner, but let me search for it actually right now just to make sure the rates for this year. Okay, so the monthly fee right now goes from 80 euros to 600 euros per month. If you generate less than 660 euros per month, then you have to pay around 200 euros per month. And if you generate more than 6,000 per month, then you will have to pay around 600 euros per month. And I repeat, that's just for existing like a business owner in this country. Then of course you will also have to pay half of what you make in taxes to the government. So what's left for you as an entrepreneur? I'm not going to go into detail about this topic because otherwise the video will be too long. But people here don't even attempt entrepreneurship here. Apartments don't even want to rent you a house if you're a business owner because you're the black sheep. Because the system is designed to keep you in the rat race. And if you're not in the right race, then you're the black sheep and we don't want you. And still here I am anyways, working my ass off every single day just to make it as an entrepreneur, leave this country, have my financial freedom, and finally breath. So yes, still choosing the difficult path because I refuse to die in a freaking cage. So breaking news. No bro, I'm not going to work a common job no matter how difficult it is. I don't care if people don't understand me. I don't care if people criticize me or if people look at me as if I was crazy or stupid. I don't freaking care. I don't care because I am not looking for a paycheck to paycheck type of life. I'm looking for freedom. That it's a path that 90% if not 99% of people are not willing to take out of fear. So if you're determined enough to follow that path, you are already ahead of the 99% of people just for following that path. Before anyone opens their mouth to call Gen Z lazy, let's get something straight. You've been working for 20, 30 years. You had decades to build a career, climb the ladder, collect raises, and benefit from an economy that you shaped, not us. You had time, you had stability, you had growth, and still you let everything collapse. So don't sit there and call me lazy, because I've been breaking my back just to survive. I've worked, I've hustled, and I pushed until I burn out. And all of that for what? Just to barely pay bills? To live with constant anxiety? To work for someone else's dream and sacrifice all my life? I'm not doing that again, bro. I refuse. If you're unhappy with how the world looks like nowadays, ask yourself, who's been running it for the past 30 years? Because I'm sure as hell that it wasn't Gen Z, okay? We just got here. We just inherited the mess that you created. So no, sorry, but we are not lazy. We're just not interested in fixing a system that you watched burn while doing absolutely nothing. And the fact that we refuse to make the same mistakes as you doesn't make us lazy. It makes us awake. We're not accepting survival as a lifestyle. We're questioning, we're rebelling, we're choosing freedom, and we are finding our own ways to survive. And that bothers people because we choose our own leader, ourselves. So sit back and watch. Sit back and watch how this lazy generation builds freedom, wealth, independence, and entire life outside the system that you ruined. Watch how the generation you call weak is the generation that actually changes everything. Thank you so much for watching, and if you want to follow my journey, remember to subscribe because we're just getting started and I will try to upload twice every single week. And let me know your thoughts in the comments. I really want to know what you guys think about all of this. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.